Well, good morning. 11:33 a.m. here in the farm fields of Valparaiso, Indiana, July 18, 20 and the 23. Looking at Bank of America. Bank of America reported their Q2, their second quarter earnings this morning pre-market. Net income jumps 19%, extending the rally for big banks. So, based on that news, based on that report, let's take a look at selling some covered calls. Let's sell some covered calls on Bank of America and see if we can't put a few dollar bills in our pocket. I was thinking about going all the way out 31 days to the third week of August. That would make it a monthly. So the third week of each month is typically the most activity with regard to trading volume. Looking over on the Big Mac, I see Bank of America currently at $30.78, up 4.71. And we could see it not on the only on the Big Mac, but right there on the Little Mac here on the MacBook Air. So I was thinking about going out 31 days and being fairly conservative all the way up here at this $33 strike, 15 delta, which gives us an 87.54% probability or chance of profit. So we'd like to hold those shares, collect dividends, and collect some premium along the way. And of course, if it did blow through the strike price and those shares were called away, we would also have a little bit of share appreciation on the value of each of those shares as well. So it is I mean, 32 is very attractive down here. Woohoo, woohoo. But I think it could easily be at 32, 32.50 within 30 days. But I think the probability of going to 33, as we see here, is a bit unlikely. So if we can just catch a few dollar bills and remain owners of those shares so we can continue to collect dividends. We click through here, we see we got 1,300 shares available, so that represents 13 contracts. That's $182, so that's not a bad little take on a high probability trade. And we could always roll it if we get in trouble and we still want to remain owners of those shares, but $182, that could get me, I don't know, a Brett Favre auto. PSA 10 Brett Favre auto. Probably not a PSA 10 Brett Favre auto, but it could get me something. So we collected $182. Let's just see what I can get on eBay. Brett Favre auto. Let's see here. Look, I was looking at a bunch of Brett Favres earlier today. Woo! All of these. They're so beautiful. Let's see. Brett Favre auto. Brett Favre auto right there. Let's see what we can do here. So this is a PSA 10 Brett Favre on. That's a sticker auto though. There's two different types of autos. One is a sticker, so you can see that's a sticker. Favre signed a big sheet of stickers, and then they apply them to the cards. And then there's on-card autos. This is an on-card in-person auto. I can tell by looking at it. Nobody cares about the Brett Favre auto. Well, I obviously do. So look at this one right here. So this is an on-card auto, and it's numbered. So it's a short print, meaning there's only 25 of these in existence. So see that, numbered out of 25. And then you have an on-card, says it right there, on-card auto. If we click through this, it has two grades. One is card condition. So this is a 9 mint. So it's in mint condition, the card. The auto is a 10, meaning typically what you look for on an auto is, is it clear? Is it authentic? Is it where it should be? Are all the lines of the autograph on the card? So some guys will sign and it'll, they might have the end of their last letter go off the card. So it's not a full complete auto, or they weren't using enough pressure on the autograph. So some of it is skipped or light. So this autograph is considered a 10. This card is 19 out of 25. So you can see right there, currently it's at 139.50 with 8 hours and 32 minutes to go in that auction. Where did that, Where did this video go? I don't know. Probably because I was just looking at Brett Favre cards before I came online here. But I wanted to get the Bank of America trade in the books, put the dollar bills in there. I think I had something else on my mind. I wanted to possibly close. Is it ExxonMobil? I believe I have a bunch of puts on the table for ExxonMobil. We are up today over $12,000 because some of our positions, such as Bank of America and our oil stocks, are up today. So if we look through here, Suncor is in the money. What is it at? We got a 29 call, and I know it's over 29. Suncor currently trading at 29.35. So we'll make a decision towards the end of the week based on where that share price is, whether we want to let them go or we want to make it roll. And lately, the premium's been so good that we just keep rolling and rolling on that. Energy Transfer, another one that's in the money. It's just over $13 a share. Energy Transfer at 13.12. The thing about Energy Transfer that's interesting is their dividend yield. It's almost 10%. Let's see, where are they currently at? Let's go to dividends. Take a look at Energy Transfer. Their yield is at 9.48%. So, and the fact that their last ex-dividend date was on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, that means their next ex-dividend date is going to be around August 5th. Let's look at the dividend history. Let's see here. So last year, yep, it was on exactly August 5th, right there. And then the year before, exactly August 5th. The year before that, August 6th. So we're, what are we, 3 weeks away from collecting another dividend. So we'll probably look to do so, which would mean we would roll this out at the end of the week, unless, of course, they're called away early. But we'll keep watching Energy Transfer. We're in the money on that as far as share price plus dividends plus premium. So it's the wheel of fortune in full effect. Our Dell, I put this on, I think it was on Friday off camera, and it's not doing well currently, but I was thinking I wouldn't mind owning Dell. Okay, let's take a look at Dell just as far as what's the next dividend telling me. When's the next earnings report and when is the next dividend? Okay, so that's why. So the next ex-dividend date is on the 24th of July. So that is next week. So I was thinking I could do the old training wheel, right? The training wheel, which would be sell the credit spread on the put side with the idea that I'm perfectly fine owning Dell at $54 a share, even though currently it's trading at 53.61, down 2% today. But I thought 54 is fair. It's not a great price, but it's fair in order to get it in the books and then start collecting dividends on it, sell covered calls. But what we can do is on the training wheel, so we've got the 54 short and then the 53 long, which is typically the position to protect you on the downside risk. So if it keeps blowing through, then we would just let this trade go downtown to Chinatown and take that loss and then buy the shares if it was a difference in losing $1,000 on this trade, but also gaining a few dollar bills if we actually wanted to grab those shares of stock, if that makes any sense. So, like, for instance, if it goes down to $52 a share, right? So right now on the board, I've got $1,000 risked. And the reason that it's $1,000 is this is a $1 wide trade on this put credit spread. Okay, so that's $1 wide per share, and there's 1,000 shares because it's 10 contracts, right? 10 contracts are on this trade, each contract representing 100 shares. That's 1,000 shares, but it's $1 difference. So if it blows through both of those numbers, the worst I can do on this trade is lose $1,000. So it'd be $1,000 just right out the window. But if we wanted to own this stock and it all went all the way down to 52, right? So it would cost us $52,000 to buy 1,000 shares. Okay, so that's 52 grand. But if we wanted to say, okay, well, why don't we just own it at 54 and let the birds fall where they may? Well, I'd have to pay 54,000, so now there'd be a $2,000 difference. So you could let that trade just go away and then turn around and buy those 1,000 shares for $52 a piece, and you would be just fine. Oh, I'm not even sure any of that makes sense to you, but for some reason in my mind, it does. So it probably does to you as well, because I would imagine I would probably put money on it that you're likely more intelligent than I am. So at this particular moment, we're taking a look at this trade. It's at 53.65, the share price. So why in the world would you want to buy at 54? Well, those things we can do, right? If it climbs back up a bit, which I would imagine it's going to do before the end of the week, possibly even higher than 54 strike, and then this thing just expires at full premium if we wanted. But we can also sell, we can sell that long leg, right? The daddy long leg, we can sell that off. Like right now, we have 10 of those at 53, and we can get 35 cents per. So we can collect around $350 right now if we sold that off, which then would make this a cash secured put at the $54 strike, which if we didn't want to take ownership, we can roll it again on Friday and collect more dollar bills. So that is what I call the training wheel, the flexibility on a stock that you wouldn't mind owning, and that's why we traded it so close to the money in the first place. And we put $130 in our pockets. Then we'll watch that trade as the week goes on and then decide how we're going to manage it, if at all. Let's get rid of, what can we get rid of that's making my computer make noise? Maybe it's bar chart, maybe it's eBay, I don't know. Sometimes it's probably this camera, I would imagine, because I got it plugged right into the computer. I shouldn't say this camera, but this microphone, Mr. Microphone. So that's our Dell position. Did that off camera. Devin, we're doing well on our $53 calls. Johnson & Johnson is actually, it shows that it's only at 46%, but I don't think 162.50 is in jeopardy this week. Currently at not even close, but it's at 158.83 is what Johnson & Johnson's trading at. So our 162.50 call is doing just fine. Getting good grades. Our future's so bright. Yep, got to wear those shades. $61 on the Coca-Cola. And we did trade that. I don't think I did that on camera. I think this was off camera as well. I did trade that right after Pepsi had reported their great earnings for the quarter, and then Coca-Cola went up with it. So I traded it and collected $35 for doing so at the $61 call. Currently sitting real pretty there at $60.47 for the asset. And then we have our Merck, 111 doing good. Pepsi is back doing well because Pepsi ran up to over $188 a share. We've got these two contracts at 185 right there. Uh-oh. Stacy was telling me she was going to make me some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and then she just, because she's out at the farmer's market, just texted me that she doesn't have any chicken for me. Fine, then get me Chick-fil-A like I asked for. No, you're eating healthy now. Had a very unhealthy day again yesterday with a handful of friends over for a pool day. We had a blast, though. I'll tell you that. It culminated at the end of the day when Deuce and I got Foxy out, which is the 1991 Mustang GT convertible, and he was the driver. We drove back into the grass, into our extra land, and we proceeded to do some donuts. To the delight of all the onlookers except one, and I'm pretty sure you know who that would be. Okay, so what did I want to do? The other thing I wanted to do for sure was take a look at the ExxonMobil $99 puts that are expiring Friday. I got 10 of those on the table. Currently, if we wanted to close those at the moment, we can close them for approximately $260, and we collected $470 on that trade. So we're at 44.68%. Let's hold off for the moment and see if we can't get that number up over $50 bills. Currently Exxon, it's getting back to flat. That's why I was looking at it earlier. This would have been an interesting close probably an hour ago, I'm sure we would have been over 50%, but oil looking almost flat again with ExxonMobil at just up 0.04% at 101.43. So I did want to take that off the table and clear up and free up the $99,000 in collateral. So I may come back to that position and close it out still before the day's over. We'll consider that. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure you are indeed a subscriber. Like the video, leave a comment. I definitely got some other things I'm thinking about today. So we will likely be back in another video today. Until then, have a great day, my friend.